Welcome, everybody, a new episode of Two Chaps, Many Cultures. You'll be surprised what you can find out about other people and their preferences, how they go through life, just by listening to them and observing them and paying close attention. And Brett and I were going to show you this week a tool that we have learned and continue to master, how you can find out how people make decisions. And why wait any longer? Let's start now. Yes, welcome everybody. Two Chaps, Many Cultures, episode 171, the #1 live stream in the world about the culture of business and the business of culture. I said it. I don't know if it's true. I believe it though. How about you, Brett?
It's a bold statement, but I challenge anybody to prove us wrong.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes, prove us wrong, people.
Marketing and messaging is everything.
So I see my face is well illuminated. I'm almost a bit pale, and I see your face is in a different background today. What's going on with you, Mike? Where are you?
You know, these are the things that are unplanned. We promise we will turn up every day. We do it no matter where we are, and this is where I am. So, you know, we are at the behest of the outside influences that may influence how we show up, how we can show up, and how we communicate, of course, which is what we're talking about today.
Excellent. And see, no matter where we are, we show up. I've been joining this program from my car because we had power outages and nothing worked. All because we love you folks. And we are here to present information that we think will be valuable to you. So let us know where in the world you're watching this. Type it in the chat box or in the comment frame underneath this video. Let us know what you like about this, what you would love to hear on this program, and where in the world you're joining us presently. Maybe that is your permanent location. Maybe that is your location for now. I hear people have taken up traveling again, so apparently it has become more commonplace. And we would like to find out how you make decisions. That's the premise of this week. We are looking at a personality profiling methodology that Vito Buono from Atlanta. Beautiful. Buongiorno, Signore Buono. Thanks for joining us. And that's great when people actually listen to what we say. Isn't that great? Love it. So we're talking about a personality profiling instrument that Brett and I have been using for a while, that is unlike many of the other personality profiles you may have come across in your long and seasoned career of working globally, or in your budding career, wherever you are on the trajectory. And there are many of these personality profiles out there, and they tell us a lot about ourselves, and they tell us a lot about our personality structure. What none of them do is none of them tell us how to quickly recognize how other people make decisions. And especially in a global context, when you do business, you want to bring about some kind of decision, either a decision that people may join you on a project, or a decision that maybe you want a customer to buy from you, or you want somebody to, I don't know, why would we would like to have people make a decision, Brett? Well, why would we want to elicit that from others?
Well, the main reason we might want to do it, let's look at the motivation behind it. when you're doing sales, and we argue all the time that every day is a sales process, but if you are just communicating and interacting with people, what we feel is the respect to actually identify and gather information about how they would prefer to communicate and interact and make decisions is really a powerful tool, not for evil, but for good, so that you can serve them in a fast and efficient way. So for some of these aspects of the profiles we're going to discuss over this week, fast and efficient is perfect. And for others, maybe that's not the top of their list. But that's why we kind of look at these things. This is, as Kristen says, just one tool out of many we use, and we put them together just to kind of wherever we see that it's suitable, that we can actually, and that anybody listening to this should be able to ascertain what's the best way. Who are we showing up in front of? How can we serve them in a faster way? Get to really what they want to do.
Exactly, and honor their communicative preference, because too often when we communicate the way we like to do it, the way I speak, the way you speak, the way anyone communicates with the world through their outward facing interactions. And we all do that based on our values, and we have certain pillars in our world or our map of the world, or our image of the world. So we base our communication style on that, and not always is that the same as the communication style of the people that we're interacting with. So sometimes it's like ships passing in the night, right? So the better job we do in recognizing somebody else's way of speaking or way of being and behaving and decision making, the more we honor that other person, the quicker we are able to build rapport and commonality and hopefully agreement, right? And I want to acknowledge, and I know you brought them up, but I think this is great. We have Frankfurt, Germany in the house, so hallo Mark. We have Cleveland, Tennessee in the house. My friend Ross, thanks for watching. This man knows how to get people to decide on his product. I'll tell you that. We should have a show around that. And we have an Italian in Atlanta. Ciao e un piacere. All right, that's the extent of my Italian. I'm just going to read it out and hope it sounded right. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. So today, we're going to highlight one of the prototypes, the personality prototypes that come in that personality profile that we're going to showcase this week. It's a methodology called Bank Codebreaker. And bank has nothing to do with the financial institution, unless, I mean, you could say if you get a lot of people to decide in your favor, meaning to buy from you, you could take those decisions to the bank, sure. But bank is a four-letter word that is illustrative of the acronyms of the four personality prototypes. So we have B, we have A, we have N, and we have K. So B stands for blueprint, hence the blue shirt. A stands for action, that's him with a red shirt. We'll talk about the colors that are associated with that. N stands for nurturing, and you'll see the color yellow associated with that. And then there's finally K, that stands for knowledge, and we put the color green with it. So we have the primary colors. We have an acronym of B, A, N, and K. And all of us are a mixture of these prototypes. None of us are either blueprint or action singularly. We're all a mixture of the four. And to the extent of which we are a mix of these four personality prototypes or archetypes, that's how we show up in the world. That's how we communicate with each other. And today our focus is on the blueprints. So blueprint, what are some of the associations you would have with that term blueprint, Brett?
Well, the association I put with the blueprint is that it's a plan, it's a map, it's a structure through which people like to approach any task or decision making, right? So the blueprint is the way I interpret it. You have to build a house, to build something that's worthwhile, that's livable, and it's not going to fall around your ears. Then you need a blueprint, and that's where you start. And that gives you maybe a set of tools, maybe a set of materials in which you're putting together a certain project, and so on and so forth, and of course making your decision. Yeah.
I don't know who said it was a famous person. I'm quoting somebody whose name escapes me right now. I think it was a military leader who said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? So this is something that blueprint personality types really value strongly. So we're going to bring up a little slide so you won't see our faces, but you're going to see the slide. And this illustrates the core values that blueprint personality types hold dear. So you see the planning, right? We said of this episode, those who love to plan, yes. Blueprint personality types appreciate stability and predictability. They want a structure. They want a system that they can follow. They want a process that is documented and agreed upon, that everybody adheres to. They want to know who is in charge, which person has which, or which team member has which responsibilities, and the responsibilities are clearly lined out, and there's no question about that. They have a sense of duty to do their work, or they feel drawn to jobs that uphold duty and rules. Credentials are important to them, so you'll see people who flaunt their academic degrees, or people who have like what we sometimes refer to as the alphabet soup behind a name on LinkedIn or on their business cards, their degrees and well, academic accomplishments. That's important because that shows, hey, you know your stuff and I can trust you because you have those credentials. So these titles and also traditions matter quite a bit. So these are some of the core values that blueprint personality types find highly important. And if you're dealing with somebody who's a blueprint first, remember what we said earlier, nobody is a blueprint alone. They have all the other personality types mixed in. But if somebody's a dominant blueprint, then these values will show up in the way they behave. They will ask you for your price. And if you don't meet their budget, you're out of the game, right? If somebody tells you, this is how much I can possibly invest in this product, widget, service, project, and your proposal goes a dime above that, you're not going to get into the selection process. Or if you can't prove that you're the person with the title or the authority or the credibility to make a decision in that team, then they're not going to be very likely to listen to you. So you met these people, I'm sure. Brad, do you have people that are strong blueprints in your life?
I know a couple of Germans like that.
True, that is a stereotype that surrounds the Germans, and yes, many Germans have that blueprint type personality. Ask my wife and she'll tell you I'm everything but a blueprint. So it doesn't, the label doesn't fit me.
Well, you're Bavarian. You're Bavarian, of course. There's a difference, right? There's a difference, and
yeah, and I would be careful to say, hey, one culture is either this or that, and this is the fun fact. You will find blueprints in any culture, and you'll find all the other personality prototypes in any culture. But
it was kind of leading me to that point. Is that that's why we use multiple tools, right? Because I've had people that say, "Oh, I know people that we do this in our work. We say describe a stereotype or a perception that you have of this culture." And many times you can bring up one of these things, one of these cards, one of these sets of values, and they might ascribe it to a culture. But of course, as Kristen says before, this is only just how they might lead. They still have a good percentage of the other bank codes that back them up. So I was just kind of being facetious and picking on myself there, because to start out with an absolute statement that this is a person from a particular culture would be just as wouldn't be to your advantage for sure. That's so
that I would agree on. Yeah, and you can often well, not presume, but at least suspect with a little more investigation to follow. You can suspect that if somebody is in a certain job or likes that particular job very well, that they might be the blueprint personality type. So somebody who is upholding the rules, right? So somebody who's a rule enforcer, maybe in law enforcement, maybe in, I don't know, corporate governance or human resources. Maybe even more so in accounting, somebody who makes sure that the numbers line up and everything adds up in the end, that the spreadsheets are correct, that the processes are followed, that many professions would fall into that bracket. And if you see that image we chose here, you see even in the background, if you can look behind the letters on the blue box, you see people in uniform, right? So that's why we chose that image. That is often a clue that person might be at least strong in the blueprint personality type. We have here a few what we call business triggers, what you should be aware of when you know you're dealing with a blueprint. So you want to have a track record. You want to have a business blueprint, so you want to be able to let people know this is how we do business, that's how we've been doing it, and we don't deviate from our plan. You want to have a strong reputation in the marketplace. You want to have a clear financial model. Oh, and yes, training and support. So if you come in with your ideas and you are not offering to train the people who are supposed to work on this new instrument or this new machine or this new software, and your company doesn't back this up with, hey, we have training to bring your people up to speed, and here's our support staff who'll come in and do this and this. So unless this is in place, your blueprint personality type will be fairly unlikely to decide in your favor, right? So these are all the things you want to keep in mind. What could you think of, Brett, that could turn a blueprint personality type off? What could be basically a tripwire?
Well, any type of ambiguity, not having your facts in a row, not showing your credentials and your veracity around the topic that you're talking about. These are things that will often, discombobulate a conversation with a blueprint, certainly.
Right.
You've seen it before. So any kind of scatterbrain type of approach, making it up as you go, things like that, as we do every day on this show, by the way. Maybe we're not the best at talking to blueprints.
Well, on Friday, after we showed you all the prototypes, so we're going to highlight one prototype per day, and on Friday we're going to tie it all together. So you want to stick around for this week, because the whole mystery will only unravel at the end on Friday. We will let you guess our full personality codes, Brett's and mine, and some of you might be finding confirmation of what they've always thought about us, and others might be surprised, right? So some of you may already recognize how much blueprint Brett or I have in us. Who knows, right? But what you just said, as a turnoff for blueprint personality types, the low tolerance for risk or low tolerance for ambiguity, that's I think a strong giveaway. So if you're dealing with someone who is shying away to take a leap towards something that's unknown to them, then chances are high that their blueprint is fairly dominant in their overall code. So when we say code, I want to give you an opportunity to delve into this a little bit more. So if you go to this website, and actually I'll bring it up in the chat box as well, so you can actually click on it. So when we talk about code, we mean you are a multitude, or you're a combination of the 4 prototypes, and the sequence of which is your personality code, right? And you can crack that yourself. So let me put this in here in the chat box for those of you who are in a position where you can click on it. You'll also find it then again on YouTube in the show description. We'll make sure that the link is available to you. It's self-explanatory. You simply click on the link we put in the chat box, or you note the one that you see here on the screen. You type that down, and it will allow you to quickly crack your own code and come up with an answer to that. So we're kind of a little bit giving away the Friday reveal, but without the Friday episode, the reveal you find now isn't going to make much sense. So we're going to keep you on your tippy toes. But every one of us are a combination of the 4 personality prototypes, and the way we put them together, or the way you have put them together for yourself throughout your life, can be very revealing about your behavior. And even better, once you know how to discover somebody else's personality code quickly, and we'll show you on Friday how to do that, it will be so much easier for you to, I don't want to say read somebody, but to at least recognize what their behavioral preferences might be and better connect with them, link up with them, and find a mutual benefit, like my wife would like to call it, a win-win-win scenario. You win, they win, and the greater community has a benefit from it. It's not about, as Brett said in the beginning, it's not manipulative. It's not about taking advantage of anyone. It's about finding a mutual benefit that creates a tide that lifts all boats, right? This is what this is about.
Absolutely. So tomorrow, which color are we going with? Red tomorrow? Have we decided red tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow will be red. Tomorrow will be the personality type of the actions. So,
well, let's take action on that.
Yeah, we need to take action on that. And you already see Brett's giving you precursors. He's already priming up and gearing up for tomorrow. So
I'm ahead of the curve.
You're ahead of the curve, like the action types are, as you will find out tomorrow. So blueprints, we settled it. Risk averse, structure, systems, predictability, credibility. You want to hit all those values. And just to let you go with it one more time, these are the values you're looking at. And maybe I should remove that banner so you could actually read it. There we go. So those are the things you want to keep in mind when you're dealing with blueprint personality types. And again, look at the link, crack your own code if you so choose. Do it now, do it whenever you feel like it, tonight or tomorrow. We'll keep this link available for you throughout the week. Actually, it's out there anyways. You can use it as you please. And you'll even
totally free, totally free.
Yeah,
totally free.
We're not taking your money. We're bringing something of value to you, and you might be surprised how quickly and smoothly that could work for you as well. Absolutely. All right. Anything else we need to know about the blueprints, Brett?
No. I just have a plan that we will be back here tomorrow. A structure with a structure to take action.
Yes. Professor Dr. Parry has spoken. He is now working his process to create the structure for tomorrow's episode, and I will plan accordingly and make sure that everything is within our quite massive, I have to admit, quite massive budget. After all, this is the #1 live stream show on the business of culture and the culture of business, and yet we are striving to stick within that budget and not to be too frivolous about it. All right. So with that,
that's right.
I think blueprints are taken care of for now, and we will see you again for tomorrow's episode. Oh, hang on.
See you tomorrow.
Before we go, we need to acknowledge a few more people who joined us. Hey, Michael Gates from Helsinki. Good evening to you, dear sir. Well, and Rory Ramirez from the Chicago area. See,
hey, local to me.
Watching. Excellent. Well, this is a truly international program. So remember, check the link, check your socials, make sure that you see the show announcement for tomorrow. And with that, I think we're out for now, aren't we?
That's it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Talk to you tomorrow.